Hi community of awesome, I'm Ava J and this is Bookish Pixie. So last week I kicked off a 4-part world building series with part 1, which I'll link to below, and this week we're continuing with part 2. So here we go. The 6th thing you want to think about when world building is language. How important language is in your book is going to depend on you and probably how strong your interest in languages is. But even if you don't make language a massive part of the book, you still need to know the basics. Do all your characters speak English or something else? Does everyone speak the same language? Are there different registers of language depending on the formality? Are there dead languages? You don't necessarily need to make up a language if you decide that the answer is no, that they don't speak English, but you want to think about language in terms of barriers and who has access to it. My nerdy interest in language came in handy when I was writing Beyond the Red, both because the alphabet I created actually ended up getting incorporated into the interior design, which was awesome, but also because who speaks what language carries a lot of meaning in the book. So how important language is in your book is going to be up to you, but either way, you're going to want to know the basics. 7. Social structure. How is your society structured? What are the social classes like? Is your society primarily one class, or are there different castes or classes? Do the classes intermingle, or is that forbidden? These are social dynamics that are really going to affect how your characters interact with each other, how they see the world, and how the world sees them. And how your society is structured is probably going to at least somewhat relate to 8. Government. Does the world of your book just have one government or several? Is the government of your character's world a monarchy, democracy, oligarchy, anarchy, something else? Whatever the answer is, this is going to massively affect how your character's world is structured, regardless of whether or not your character is politically involved or not. If you write a book with a lot of politics, the government is going to be especially important because it's probably going to take a forefront. If you write a book without a lot of politics, you still need to know because your character would know, and it's going to affect what their world looks like. And Beyond the Red, Safara is split up into different territories, each with their own monarch called the Avre. But all of the Avre have to answer to the high ruler known as the Sira, who is basically the world ruler. It was really important for me to know the government system in Beyond the Red because the book is so political and because one of the main characters is an Avra. So it was pretty essential that I knew from the beginning what the government looked like, but even if your book is not very political, you still need to know for yourself. 9. Economy. What do people grow, mine, or produce? How does what they produce affect their lives? What restrictions are there? What do they use as currency? Is there a black market? How do people get luxuries, and who's allowed to access them? What are the luxuries, and are there restrictions on items like drugs and alcohol? This information, even if it's all just background information, is going to be important for you to know because it's going to affect what your character eats, what they wear, what they have access to, what they're used to seeing, what is a delicacy, all the little details. And if you want an example of a book that puts economy at the forefront, think Hunger Games, where every district was very focused on the one thing that they produced, and what they produced then affected what the district looked like and how poor or rich the people were. So economy is pretty important. And 10. Clothes. What do the people wear? Does it depend on social class or culture? Actually, I can answer that one for you. It's yes. Remember that whatever they wear has to be climate appropriate and is also going to be very influenced by their culture and values. Clothes are a really great way to help the readers really visualize your world and see the differences between cultures in your book, or even just differences between characters. So those are 5 more world building things you want to think about when creating the world of your book. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to subscribe and comment, and I'll see you guys next week.